GB News star Eamonn Holmes has lifted the lid on what it was like to grow up in the heart of Belfast in the 1960s as he shared a heartbreaking admission. GB News presenter Eamonn Holmes has given a devastating insight into his childhood in the heart of Northern Ireland in the mid-1960s. During Tuesday's visit, January 28, to the London studios, the 64-year-old broadcaster woke up the nation alongside his co-star Ellie Costello. The dynamic duo discussed some of the biggest stories hitting the headlines, including the rise in middle-aged shoplifters and the launch of China's artificial intelligence app, which has shaken American tech firms. But one of the biggest stories on everyone's lips was the announcement that a Green Party council could be reducing bin collections to once a month. Bristol City Council could become the first local authority in England to introduce the policy, which it claims will save £2.3 million and help the environment. As the team discussed the dividing policy change, the dad of four revealed the alternative use he had for his bins as a child growing up in Belfast. Before moving on to the sports segment, the veteran presenter revealed that he would often rattle his metal bins to warn his neighbours that soldiers were approaching. He told his colleagues, "In Belfast we had tin bins for a long time because we needed them to rattle, because if the soldiers came down the street, you'd rattle the bins to warn everybody that the soldiers were coming to raid your house. So then they got rid of them and we got plastic ones." It comes after the news that police are conducting an inquiry into the Omagh bombing, which is set to begin today, January 28, with statements from relatives of some of the 29 people killed in the attack. In 198, 29 people were killed when a car bomb exploded on August 15, 1998, including a woman pregnant with twins, in the single bloodiest outrage in Northern Ireland's protracted period of civil unrest and violence. More than 200 people were wounded. Later on in the show, Eamonn opened up further about his first-hand experience of the devastating impact of the Omagh bombings. He told viewers, "The Omagh bombing, I'll never forget that day. I was in Belfast and we realised it had gone off and one was about 60 miles away or so down the motorway. So everybody headed down there, and I'll always remember. I'll always come away with two things. The overall horribleness, the ghastliness of it all, but also the smell. There was a smell after the bomb and there was glass everywhere under your feet. You just moved through glass. It was absolutely horrendous, and what it had done to the whole psyche at that time, and they will never, because of the court case, and this will be interesting if this comes out in this inquiry, but there were apparently instructions from the authorities, and by that I mean the British government, that because the peace deal had been signed, that there was not to be a pursuit of the IRA people who planted this bomb. So these people have to live with this injustice and the scar that there will never be anybody, any individual properly prosecuted for what went on there.